Hey, it's Clay Trader, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol SDRL. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually just today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to this time frame. I think that's a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. I have done this one in the recent past. That's where these red and green lines are coming from. But definitely want to get things updated here as, well, I guess if you're bearish going into this, and this was a great day for you. But if you're bullish, and yeah, this was a pretty rough day. So the first thing I'm going to do, little house cleaning, just get rid of these lines here. Sure, they still pertain to the chart, but they're not relevant anymore. And from a presentation standpoint, I don't want to have a million lines everywhere that can cause clutter and confusion. So I want to just try to keep this as clean as possible. So the main thing I want to focus on is the interesting price action into the close, where you had good solid volume, and then you had in the world of charts what we would call a hammer candle. Now, don't get me wrong, I wish the markets was this easy, but just because you had big volume and a hammer candle, I'm not saying this thing is guaranteed for sure to bounce. But would I be shocked to see it bounce? No, it would not be shocking at all. It's a very interesting setup. So with that in mind, in the event it does bounce, I want to try to map out a couple areas of resistance. The initial level, to keep an eye on, where in my opinion, if this bounce has any sort of actually bouncing and getting some momentum, then the level that it's got to clear is right up here at the $1.38 mark, which is that red line right there. So like I said, in my opinion, a little tiny movement up here, it's not going to be enough to garner enough momentum, garner enough eyeballs that want to try to, participate in the trade. So $1.27, $1.28 is definitely going to be that initial, hurdle that the bulls need to clear. If they can clear that, then there is some space there due to that, big candle that formed, and the next level of resistance not up there until $1.40. So shorter term resistance is $1.27, $1.28, then $1.40. Taking a step back, looking at the bigger picture of things, the key overall area of resistance is going to be the overall trend indicator, which is that 50 period simple moving average. But totally pointless to be talking about this until the price can at least start to get above these hurdles here. As far as levels of support are concerned, really not much to say here because the price is at all-time new lows. I mean, the price did technically find some buyers down there at, the $1.18 level, but by no means would I call that some sort of hardcore level of support or anything like that. It is a level of support, yes, because like I said, that's where the buyers finally stepped in. But, I'd look at that with very skeptical eyes in the event that the downwards pressure continues. So we'll see what happens with it, but a lot of volume into the close today. Next week could be pretty interesting. We'll see what happens. One of the most popular questions I get is, hey, Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together this free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then by all means, click right there to get access to the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and like I say, it is free. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.